Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today, we are going to talk primarily about this vault case. Vaultcase.co, pretty new company. We'll talk more about the case in a moment, but after we talk about the case, we're going to talk about what's inside of it. It is a bit of a collection update video as well. I'm using this for most of my high-end or semi-exclusive knives. Not all of them are super expensive. Some of them are just from a bit more exclusive brands. I'd like to lump stuff together in categories that make sense in my tiny little head. They may not make sense to you. Still use the Spidey packs. That's what everything else is in. This is just what I'm putting in some of my higher end stuff in that I want a little bit more protection because these are hard cases. I want to talk more about the case. $37.99 for this carbon version, faux carbon version. They make no claims trying to make anybody think this is real carbon. It doesn't. It looks all right. It's very classy looking. It definitely does not look like real carbon when you get up close to it, but it still looks nice. It doesn't look cheap or anything like you'd see in a cheaper car. Or there is just a plain matte black plastic version that's $32.99. Highly configurable. They're really nice zippers. Let's do some sizes before we get too much farther. Some dimensions. About 11 and a little bit inches long, about 6.5 inches in this dimension, and thickness a little over 2.5 inches. So pretty good size little thing. Nice little handle on it. Very easy for carrying around. This is the large size. It's the only size that's available on the site right now, and as far as I know, it's the only place you can get them. I did just go and buy one of these. I did message them and asked if they wanted me to review one. I didn't hear anything back, so I just went and bought one because I could definitely see a use for it because it is pretty cool. And like, for example, this is going to Blade Show with me. This is when I'm going to take all my stuff down to Blade Show. I'm going to empty some stuff out before I go down, but I'll take down the stuff that I want to show off or the stuff that I want to sell down there in the pit. And all the stuff that I buy will come back in this. So nice little way to protect things, have them all in one spot. Very high quality zippers. Nice little semi-expandable. Not really. It's not like, it looks like one of those big expandable things like your luggage. It's not really that. It expands a little bit, but not a ton. As you can see, very configurable. Everything in here is all Velcroed in, so you can remove and replace as you see fit. You have these very thin all this is elastic on here. They have very thin spots up here. Like I stuck a machine error pen in here just to show what it's like, but that's not going to live in here. I'm probably actually going to take these out because it has this nice pouch up here, which I actually could see some uses for. And this doesn't have anything to Velcro to unless you take these out, and I don't see myself using these, so they're probably coming out as soon as this little video is over. And then you have spots for knives, watches, whatever. You have these 3 strippers up here, the more multiple strippers down here, so you can do a lot of different things. They show them like displaying watches or storing watches and things like that. Very, very cool. You can definitely fit a lot of different stuff in here, and you can move them around. I will say for knives, the way that I have these is not the most convenient, as you're going to see when I start going through the collection. Some knives are pretty difficult to get in and out of these straps. They get better and better as they loosen up just a little bit. But if you don't want to go through all that, for example, we'll take out this knife here, this Void. You can also store them, like this. And as long as you have a tighter pocket clip, that's probably easier and better. But I like mine a bit more securely locked in because they can still move around unless you use that middle strap as well. And then it's just as difficult as it would be if it wasn't there. So you get my drift. They're not the easiest to get in and out of, but I really honestly wasn't expecting that. You get that with straps. They're no more difficult than any other elastic strap-based storage system. Probably better than most, honestly, but still not as easy as something like the Spidey packs that I usually use, where most stuff just slides in and out with relative ease without flying out, when you're folding it up. And speaking of that, I do like that better. I like the storage version better than like a knife roll because sometimes, you have a knife with a loose pocket clip or something. Some knife rolls you're flipping around and they go flying out as you open it up, which is annoying and embarrassing if other people are around, and you might scratch or damage your knife and all that stuff. So you get what I'm saying. But pretty cool system. Very, very reasonably priced. This will be stickered up as soon as this is done. I always like to put stickers on stuff, and I got lots of stickers, and so I'll probably put some stickers on it. It looks really classy as it is, so I'm probably going to make it look not so classy, but really, really do like it a whole lot. So now, if you're only here to read or to hear about the case, to hear about the case, you can stop now. We're going to stop talking about the case, and we're going to start talking about what is in it. These are my higher end or more exclusive knives. If you're one of the people who comments all the time that knife's too expensive and don't watch the rest of the video, yeah, you should probably stop now. Because, like I said, not everything in here is really expensive, but a lot of it is, and that's just the way it's going to be. So first up, we have my Hinderers I put in here. I like to put everything together, grouped by brand. You know, like I said, these are grouped by expensive and or kind of exclusive-y sort of knives. So that's why these are alone in here. We have my Hinderer XM18. This is a one I got as a gift from a viewer, which I still extremely appreciate. And currently the most expensive knife that I own. It is with the Warthog titanium scale. So if you add all that together, $425 for the knife, $200 for the scale, the battle bronze little filler, and the pocket clip I got from the same guy doing some work on his knives, and he let me keep these. He replaced them with something else, so I kept the other ones just to kind of spruce it up a bit. Love this knife, never going anywhere. This is one that like my son's going to inherit probably. It is ostensibly just an XM18 skinny slicer that you can get anywhere, but it's got these fancy scales, which also you can get pretty readily. They're available. They're not too hard to find. I think DLT Trade has them right now for like $200 for the scale. So love this thing, never going anywhere. Next one. See, now you're going to see how it's a little bit difficult to get. These ones aren't too bad. It's the ones down below that are a little harder to get stuff in and out of. Next up, we have one I just got yesterday. I already did a video on it. We're going to breeze through the Hinderers pretty quick because I already talked about them all yesterday just a little bit. But this is the XM. This is the Half Track Gen 2 Warncliffe USA made blade exclusive with the Hinderer Battle Bronze. I misspoke in the video yesterday. I thought this was a custom anno by USA made blade, but I called Woody to ask after I recorded the video, and he goes, no, I don't think we did that one. That one came that way. But they do this anno. So if you get a Hinderer and you want the Battle Bronze, but you didn't get the Battle Bronze, you see the Battle Bronze, now you want it, USA made blade can do it. They do an exact copy of it. So they can make, you know, your pocket clips match and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, love this thing so far. Only had it a day, but you can see blade's already all musty because it just came out of my pocket today. So I took it out of my pocket and put it in here just for the purposes of review. Has not left my pocket since I took it out of the box. Next up is, I think, the unsung hero of the Hinderer lineup. This is the new... See, now this is one that's grippy, and like I said, the elastic, it's kind of hard to get out. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. I can't do anything about it. It's sitting on a table. This is the Eclipse 3.0 or Eclipse 3-inch, depending on who you ask. I love this knife. I really, really do. It is a Spanto. That's not my favorite blade shape. That's why I have a second half track. I used to have another half track that had the Spanto. It was full titanium. It was very expensive. I had to sell it. Couldn't afford to keep it. And I wasn't that big of a Spanto fan anyway. This only comes in Spanto so far. I love it still, though. I love the ergos. I do like the harpoony bit. I do like that a lot. But when they come out with another blade shape, I'll probably get rid of this one and get another one. That's really the only reason why I haven't dyed the scales. I'm not a big fan of these scale colors either, but I know I'm probably going to sell this someday whenever they come out with the Eclipse 3 in a different blade shape. So if they do, if they're not going to, and I find out they're not going to, then I'll dye the scales. But I do have some midnight blue red dye right now, although I'm wondering how it's going to come out over top of that green. It's not exceptionally dark. Maybe it will make it. I don't know. If not, I have black. It's always the go-to. If you screw up, make it black. We have probably one of my newest, definitely one of my newest, and one of my favoriteest knives that I have. This is the Sharp by Design Void, designed by Brian Nadeau. It is just beautiful. Made by Riot. It's just gorgeous. M390, carbon fiber inlays, about $375. But if you don't have one on order right now, if you're not waiting on some of the PVD ones to get over from China that are held up by the coronavirus and all that stuff, yeah, you're not going to get one. Sorry, they're gone. And you get them a secondary, but never know stuff. Sometimes they rock it, sometimes they don't. I think this one is probably going to be one that's going to be quite expensive in the secondary because he does one run and done. So these will never be out again. But, oh, look at the action on that. You guys really loved the video on this, by the way. I was very surprised by that. This is exactly the kind of stuff that you guys normally never watch. Something over $300 and something that you can't buy anymore. And I guess there were still a few available at the time I did it. Maybe that's why. But I think it's got like over 10,000 views. And that's not super common for this channel. So thank you for watching it. And I had said I was never going to review anything like this again. But I reviewed this because it was on the way. Oh, listen to that sound. And now you guys have convinced me that maybe I should. maybe I should keep reviewing stuff like this, which I don't mind. I love having stuff like this, so don't bother me a bit. Next up is one I almost never show on this channel because, again, it's one that's not available, and it was a very limited run. They were one and done. This is a Boost Blades Mini Smoke. They'll probably come out with another Mini Smoke, but it'll be different materials. I don't remember what the steel was on this one, but made by Wheat. I think it's M390, and beautifully made knife. I had the full-size Smoke. I really liked it, but I always thought it was a bit too big for a little front flipper, the way that I usually carry front flipper is like kind of gentlemanly sort of stuff, and the other one was a bit too big. This one is not. Really like it. I love Boost. It's got a little doggy on it. Very cool little knife. These weren't too bad. I think this was like 220, something like that. Next up, we have my TRMs I have down in here. These are not horribly expensive. $220, and you know, this is like what, 180, I don't remember, 130, something like that. Don't quote me on prices in this. I'm just going through as I remember. But they are pretty hard to get, so I keep them down here. And probably, honestly, I mentioned that pocket up here before. I think one of the things I'm going to put in here once I take these out is all my replacement scales, because you guys know TRM's big party trick is the ability to swap scales super easily. And I do have 3 sets of scales for this and another 2 for this. So we'll go up there. First up, the Atom. You guys know I love the Atom. Like I said, now we're getting to the spots where they're a bit harder to take in and out. It's currently wearing the Techwood scales. Has been for the last like 6 weeks. I call this my Barbie doll knife because I change the scales all the time. Because like I said, I have 3 different sets. I have these, I have the plain carbon, and I have the red and black carbon. The red and black carbon weave. I really like these a whole lot, though. You don't get the beauty of them until you like rotate them around. Pictures don't really do them justice. They look much better in video, and even better again in person. They have that fluted texture on them, so it is a bit grippier than it is with especially the slick carbon, the plain carbon scales I have. You guys know I love the Atom. It's no secret. We don't need to keep beating around that bush. I think they have plenty enough publicity to sell all the knives they want to sell. I don't know, it doesn't go there too bad. Next up, we have the Nerd. This is the newest TRM that I got. The little bitty fella. Just got back from Zach's stuff. He just reviewed it. Really like the Nerd. Easy one-hand open, locking little knife. Probably the best sub 2.5 inch slash, third pocket knife you can buy. But do you need a 5th pocket knife that expensive? Yeah, that's what I came to in the review. Do you need it to be this nice? Some people might, especially if you live in an area that has a 2.5 inch blade limit. You need something under 2.5 inches. This is one of the nicest sub 2.5 inch knives you can buy. So without going crazy expensive with some customs that are in this size, but there aren't even many of those. You can Spidey flick it, all that stuff. It's a cool little knife. I do really like it. If any TRM of mine goes away, it would probably be that one, but I'm not like in a hurry to sell it or anything. Next up is probably the reason why I would sell my Nerd if I had to, is the Atlas. It's about the same size. It's a slip joint. It's legal in even more places. I do travel a lot in places that don't allow locking knives, so this is kind of my go-to 5th pocket TRM, I guess I would say. Same really nice steel. No, sorry, this is S35VN. It's 20 CV. I forgot this is S35VN, but still very nice. Ergos are great, just like they are on the Nerd. Nice deep carry pocket clip, just like you get on the Nerd. It's just a slip joint. And for a tiny little knife like this, I think that's probably fine. This is the only knife I took to Germany. I was there for like a couple weeks and did not feel like I needed another one. This is just a really cool knife for your usual kind of EDC stuff. I'm on vacation, I'm at work, I work in an office kind of things. This is perfect. Next up, we have a couple of Ferrum Forges. These are not Ferrum Forge drop collabs, but neither are they like custom Ferrum Forges. These are 2 of the knives they sell, direct from their website that are made by We. This is the newest one. I did an unboxing of this, but I did not do a full review. There will be a full review coming of this because this is an awesome knife, and they are going to be readily available on the Ferrum Forge site. So this is the Exec, and it's pretty great. 20 CV steel, $275, not inexpensive at all. Went a bit out of my wheelhouse in this one. I was just gonna get the gray, and then I thought, yeah, maybe I'll get the stainless, or get the bronze. Stainless, get the bronze. Messaged with some of the boys at the two boys at Ferrum Forge, said, what do you guys think? Should I get the bronze or the gray? And they said, yeah, get the bronze. It's cool. And they were right. I really do like it. It looks super classy. Very pretty. I just love this knife. Action is amazing. I've gotten so many brand new knives, and I got this like a couple weeks ago, and I barely had a chance to carry it because I've just had so many new things coming in. I did the unboxing, and oh my Lord, I love this thing. I think I'm gonna have to put it in my pocket when I'm done here. I've been carrying the half track all day, and you know what? Yeah, we're not even gonna put that one back in. We're just gonna put it aside. That's going back. It is Ferrum Forge Friday too, isn't it? Yep. I'm gonna put that back in my pocket. Next up, this is a little bit of a tease, guys. You guys have already seen this knife, of course. The knife itself is not a tease. This is a Ferrum Forge Mini Archbishop. You guys have seen me review this, and I love it. And everyone I know who's carried it loves it. This is the one you can only get from the Ferrum Forge website with the carbon scales. You can get them other places. They are available now with G10. This is $95. The other one's like $75 for the G10. And these are carbon all the way through. I misspoke in the initial unboxing and thought they were laminate, but they are not. This thing is great. And wouldn't you like to get one for free? Well, I don't know if you looked at my subscriber count, but I'm rapidly approaching 12,500, and I do my giveaways every 2,500. And yeah, you're going to be able to win one of these. It's going to be one of the many prizes in my 12,500 sub giveaway. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I just talked to Ferrum Forge. They're giving us one to give away. So very, very cool of them, because they know I love it. They know you guys are going to love it. And they're very nice guys, and I get along with them really well. So passing that friendship on to you so that you guys can... I'm abusing my friendships to get you guys free stuff. That's what life's all about. Now, the next one, not particularly exclusive, available all the time. Not particularly... It probably doesn't, quote-unquote, deserve all the categories I give to this, but I only have just one from this company, and I like to have my cases full. So I put this in. This will be the first one that gets bumped when I get something fancy at Blade Show. But this is... I love this knife, though. Don't get me wrong. See, this is one that's not easy to get in and out of these things. This is not a case you want to use for stuff that you are taking out in and out every single day. This is the Cylinder Grind Spider Monkey. Love this thing. A little bit of update to this. Another reason why I included it in here is this is... I'm going to tear this apart. I have a knife coming that has to go back to USA Made Blade. I have another Hinderer coming to review. And when I send that back to USA Made Blade, I'm going to tear this apart, send them all the parts, and they are going to bronze, anno, everything. Which is going to be super cool because I've already seen it on their site. They sell them that way straight from USA Made Blade if you want to go there and get them. They're gorgeous, and they do have a new exclusive Spider Monkey coming up. I don't know what it is. Woody will not tell me. I know he did say it's a different blade steel. This one's S35VN. I don't know what blade steel is going to be. I don't know what the scales are going to be. I have no idea. Hoping for like a 20 CV micarta. If it's that, I'm probably just going to have to buy one. But I love the Spider Monkey. It's an awesome knife. So there we have it. That is what is in the fancy case. So now you know. And if you ever, break into my house, this is the case you want to reach for if you can only get one. Some of these showing your knife collections probably not the best idea in the world sometimes, is it? Never thought of that until just now. But anywho, really nice case from Vault, though. Do go check them out. Like I said, I went and bought one. I asked nicely for one. I didn't hear back, so I just went and bought one. I have no idea what size the company is or anything like that. They were inexpensive enough. I just went and bought one because I really wanted to try one out. And I thought it would be a good solution for my limited number of expensive knives, and it is. It's very nice. A little bit more secure than a Spidey pack. Not as much as like a full-on safe sort of situation, or a big plastic case, but kind of middle of the road. And I like it for that. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.